Hello, welcome to the Find Clarity channel. You are with your host Alec Muhoho. Today we are going to talk about how to overcome the fear of poverty. Last week we talked about how to overcome the fear of death. Basically, I was talking about the 6 basic fears mankind has according to Napoleon book Think and Grow Rich. So we're going to talk about fear of poverty. It's normal for all of us to have fear of one kind or another, and fear of poverty is among the fears that most people face. But if it becomes extreme, then this is what is likely to happen. When people fear poverty to the extreme, it means that their morals goes down, that they can do anything to get money at all cost. Look at people who are corrupt. It's caused by fear of poverty. Look at murders. It's caused by fear of poverty. Look at all the evils that happens in the world is caused by the fear of poverty. I'm not saying that poverty is not real. There are people who have a problem of having even the basic needs met. It's stated that worldwide that majority of people, over 3.5 billion people, live in less than $1 a day. Can you imagine? And somebody who grows up in such an environment of less than $1 a day, you cannot tell him or her easily that they should overcome the fear of poverty. I want you to go to the history of people who have been poor and later on became rich, or the stories of rags to riches stories. You go to people who are from the bottom to the top. Yes, there are those who have used underhanded methods to reach at the top. But all said and done, extreme fear makes you experience the very thing that you fear about. For example, if you fear bankruptcy, you fear debts, you fear to be poor for a very long time, I promise you, chances are you will remain on those conditions for a very long time. I'm not saying that I have all the answers on that, but that is a very serious fear if it is at the extreme case. So, fear of poverty. How do we overcome fear of poverty? Number one, focus on what you have. Don't over-focus on what you don't have. You may say to yourself, but I have little, I don't have even if you have a coin, you can start from that coin. If I was to ask you, can you remove your eye and sell it at $1 million? Most likely you may say, I will not do that. But some people may do that depending on the seriousness and the object of poverty they are facing. So please try to think on what you have. Try to think on what you appreciate that you have in life that most people take for granted. When you are sick, that's when you realize that health is wealth. If you cannot walk, then you realize how important walking is. I also want to inform the youths who are watching this program that youthness or being young is an asset, but with time it goes depreciating. One time you find yourself old. We shall talk about the fear of old age concerning about that more. But let me focus on the fear of poverty. We need to, if you are in poverty, if you are in lack, L-A-C-K, if you are in bankruptcy, the only way to get out of that situation is to create an opposite situation in your subconscious mind, in your mind first, before it becomes a physical reality. It was said somewhere that let the poor say that I am rich. So for people who have been poor, and ended up being rich. They had the mindset of being rich and the images of being rich. So just don't over focus so much on what you don't have. Just focus on what you have. Come to think about it, it is very hard to sit down and think about what you have. It takes a lot of discipline. It is much easier to think about what you don't have. You can even be a millionaire, but in your mindset you are poverty stricken. It's very possible. You are mean to yourself, you are mean to other people, you have a bad heart. It is very possible. So try to focus so much on what you have. You have a family, don't take them for granted. You have fresh air where you are. I think COVID pandemic has taught us that the air that we are breathing, we are taking it for granted. Now we are ordered to have masks everywhere. You have physical health. Maybe you can even challenge me. You say, but Alec, what are you talking about? I have none of those. I don't have legs. I don't have hands. Yes, but still focus on what you have and develop that, expanding the list on what you have, and eventually it will help you to overcome the fear of poverty. And once you overcome the fear of poverty, you are not likely to do evil things in life, and somehow, somewhere, God will help you to do well in life. In this short program, I would like to thank you for listening to me in how to overcome the fear of poverty. You are once again with Alec Muhoho, requesting you to comment, to subscribe, and also to share. Have a lovely day.